So here we are downtown San Diego. This is the Loose Loft. We are sitting outside of the space that me and Chris Ducker are using next month for our one-day business breakthrough live event, where we're bringing 50 entrepreneurs here to help break through the most common problems that business owners have. And what's really cool is this is going to be streamed online as well. But I wanted to start off with this video for you for SPI TV this month to share with you the importance of creating what I like to call gigs, or sort of events for your audience. And I don't want to really say event because an event is huge. I mean, this is a huge thing we're putting on, but to achieve the same effect and to have the benefits for you and your audience of an event, you don't have to have them so big. So you can create these gigs. So whether they're online or offline, whether they're Google Hangouts, meetings, GoToWebinars, things like that, or live spaces in coffee shops or something big and grand like this, it's really important because what they do is they give your audience access not only to you, but more importantly, to each other. And that's how the community can come together for you and your brand, and how you can create more authority for you and what you're doing. So let me take you inside. I'm gonna show you around a little bit and show you kind of what me and Chris have planned for the space. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the importance of networking, and also just give you some behind the scenes on what's up. Obviously, it's gonna look much different because right now it's completely empty, but I wanted to talk to you this month really about gigs. And what I mean by gigs is doing something special for your audience beyond the normal thing that they might do on your site or on your blog as a reader and as a subscriber. You want to create these things that people can look forward to, that they can participate in, that they can get involved with, not just with you and get access to you, but also to gain access to each other and be able to communicate with each other as well. It's so important to do this. And this is how you build raving fans, how you build a big brand that people talk about. And these events, these are things that people share, people talk about. So I want to walk you through the space that's actually going to be the one-day business breakthrough event next month, and tell you a little bit more about that event and also how it got started. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of what we are envisioning the space to look like. Like I said before, we're working with an interior designer to help somebody who is actually a wedding planner who is really excited about doing something different like what we're putting on together here. So you can see behind me this really cool space with these things on the wall. We want to like kind of keep those there because they're really interesting, but kind of frame it. And this is sort of where center stage will be. So Chris and I will be here, and then people will come up with us sort of like on a stage. Everybody else is going to be sitting in this area here. And we're envisioning not chairs with little desks and rows of tables. We're envisioning very loungy style with sofas and bean bags even, and just make it a really cool, fun space to be in. We want the day to be educational and have people learn a lot, but we want people to be relaxed and have fun too. So coffee tables, things like that around this area. Obviously, we're going to have some power strips for people's cords. That was a mistake that I made at a live event a while back, not having those and people's laptops dying and stuff. You want to make sure if you're putting on a live event and you're going to be working and people are going to be on the laptops, have power strips. Anyway, back here you're going to see this loft. So it's kind of a two-tiered space on the back end here. It's really cool because underneath, that's actually that's where all the audio people and the visual people, the live streaming guys, they're all going to be on their switchboards back here, and it's going to be really cool. So you won't even see this if you're watching live on the internet during that day, unless we show some behind the scenes stuff, which we might actually do using hero cams and things like that. On the upper level, I don't necessarily know if we're going to do anything there, but it could be another space where people can sit and watch and learn from everything that's going on here as well. We're also going to have a projection screen off to the side of center stage where people are going to see and be able to follow along the websites that we're reviewing and things like that. It's going to be really awesome. I'm really excited to share this space with you on that day. So hopefully you can come and check it out live, whether you are coming in person or watching online. And it's nothing like has ever happened before. So I hope you'll join us again, 1DayBB.com/live. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about One Day Business Breakthrough and how it got started. So me and Chris Ducker, we'd actually do live events like this with just 20 people, but it was not in a space like this. It was more in a co-working space, very sort of office-like with acoustical tiles and that sort of thing. Obviously, it's very echoey here, and yes, we did hire somebody to come in and work with us on interior design and making the space sound and look good for the event happening on April 24th. But we did these live events. We did them many times a year, me and Chris Ducker, whenever he came to San Diego, because he lives in the Philippines. And they were awesome. They were one of the most just fulfilling things that we've ever done as business owners, bringing people together, putting people on the spot for 15 minutes, having them do a hot seat where they would talk about their business and tell us and everybody else in attendance what their biggest problems and issues were. And then together, as a collective mastermind, we would brainstorm and help that person break through those problems. And it was just amazing. It was so amazing. But this year, Chris isn't traveling as much, so I was kind of bummed initially when I heard about his schedule because we love doing these things, but there just wasn't going to be an opportunity to do more. So that's why we tried to discover how we can sort of scale this up. And our first idea was actually to take this on the road and actually do one-day business breakthrough events like we normally do in different cities around the country. And then after we started thinking about that, realistically, we were like, wow, that's going to be like a 2-week tour. It's going to burn us out. All the hotels and all the logistics on planning those things in different locations is going to be hard. How do we do this one day, but on a grand scale? So here we are today. We are in the Loose Loft in downtown San Diego on J Street. This is our spot. We rented out this space for 2 days, 1 day to set up, another day to hold the event. And on that day, 50 people are going to come in live. Almost half the tickets are already sold out by the time of this recording. Maybe all of them will be sold out, but we'll see. You can go to 1daybb.com/live to see what's available for you there. But when people come in, they're going to show up. We're going to have the same structure on the day. People, not everybody, but some people will have the opportunity to share their business. We're all collectively going to learn from each other and help those people out. But not only that, it's going to be streamed live as well. And what's really cool is it's not just a thing you can watch online like a TV show. You're going to have to participate and communicate with each other. And people watching online will really feel like they're there too. And they will have a say on what happens at the live event. There'll be interaction between those who are there live and those watching online. It's going to be a truly amazing event. We're really excited to put on this first event. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on. This is much bigger than the small 20-person event. This is 50 people live and potentially thousands watching live, but we're here to make it awesome for you. And that's why I wanted to shoot this video for you, to talk to you about just how much work we're putting into this and also give you a little bit of insight and behind the scenes on what we're doing here. It's gonna be awesome. So to finish up, I wanted to ask you, how can you provide these experiences for your audience that are beyond the normal experience that people have on your site? How can you create events? Maybe there's a small gathering you can have in your local town. Maybe you are traveling somewhere and you just put a Facebook event up and see who shows up. Maybe you actually do an online event, a Google Hangout, and we'll have more information later in the month on SPI TV about how you can do these virtual events and have the same feeling that your community has without people having to go and travel, which is really cool. But to finish up this video up here, I want you to brainstorm and think, how can you create these experiences with a specific time, with a specific date, and a specific location that people can look forward to and combine with other people to create this really great community aspect for your people. So how are you going to do that? Think about that. Leave your comment on this if you're on YouTube. If you're watching on iTunes, awesome. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and go to watchspi.tv and you can subscribe there. And please, if you have a chance, leave a rating and review on iTunes. Even if you watch on YouTube, leaving a review on iTunes is really helpful for the show. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you hopefully on April 24th of 2015 for the first ever one-day business breakthrough live event here at the Loose Loft in San Diego, 1daybb.com/live. Thanks.